Welcome to another class, Pilates Plus, my 12-week program. Now, before we get started, I just want to do a bit of housekeeping. Whether you're in the gym or at home, please make sure that your work area is nice and clear, free from any trip hazards, and well ventilated. Have some fluids with you, nice warm herbal tea or some water, so you can stay hydrated throughout. The beautiful thing about these follow-alongs is you can pause it if at any point you feel like you need a rest or need to stretch, get a cramp out or something like that, and then join back in. So, without further ado, let's begin with some body awareness. Laying on our backs, legs outstretched, and arms by our side. Feel the connection between your body and the floor. Notice each point that connects your body to the floor. Begin to feel the heaviness of your body sinking into the floor. Now come to notice the breath. Feel the belly rise and fall. Feel the chest rise and fall. Begin to feel the lightness of the body as you bring awareness to your breath. The body is completely relaxed, the mind completely aware. The body is feeling light. Bring awareness to your toes. Envision your toes attached to your left foot. The left big toe, fourth toe, third toe, second toe, the pinky toe, the left foot, the heel, the sole of the foot, the ankle, the whole of the left foot. Envision the right foot, right big toe, fourth toe, third toe, second toe, the pinky toe, the right foot, the heel, the sole of the foot, the ankle, the whole of the right foot. Envision both feet together. The left leg, the shin, the calf muscle, the knee, the thigh, the left buttock, the whole left leg, the right leg, the shin, the calf muscle, the knee, the thigh, the right buttock, the whole right leg. Both legs together. Now the hips, the lower back, the middle back, upper back, the whole back, the whole back. Envision the left shoulder, the shoulder blade, upper arm, elbow, lower arm, wrist and hand. Now the right shoulder, the shoulder blade, upper arm, elbow, lower arm, wrist and hand, both arms together, the chest, the ribs, the belly, the whole of the front body, the whole front body. Feel the neck, back of the head, the forehead, left eyebrow, right eyebrow, the space in between the eyebrows, the left eye, the right eye, the left cheek, the right cheek, the jaw, the tongue, the lips, the chin, the throat, the whole of the head, the whole head. Feel the lightness of the whole body together. Relax and feel heavy. Sink into the floor. Relax the whole body. Relax. Feel the body connected to the floor. Feel the awareness of your body. Make small movements with your toes. Relax. Walk your heels to the end of the room, stretching out your legs. Relax. Make small movements with your fingers. Relax. Imagine your shoulders separating from your ears and your arms pulling away from your head. Relax. Imagine a string tied to the crown of your head, pulling away from your shoulders, stretching the neck. Tuck your chin. Relax. Begin by sliding your left heel in, followed by your right heel. And bringing your thumbs to your navel, fingertips to your pubic bone. Roll the pelvis forwards, flat back. I want you to envision your tailbone right here, rolling up. And as you do that, you'll feel your belly button pull down towards the ground and your back flatten. So roll forwards, flat back, roll backwards, tailbone tucks down, your lower back arches. Inhale as you roll forwards, exhale as you roll backwards. I'm using my hands so you can see the motion of my pelvis as I roll backwards and forwards. Exhale, inhale. From this point, we're going to do 10. Rolling backwards and forwards. And as you're working through these reps, I want you to feel that pressure in your belly as you roll that flat back. That's your core engaging slightly. Tune into that core engagement. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that flat back. So spine pressed against the floor, slight core engagement through your abdominal region. You're going to grab hold of your blocks and pop them lengthways behind your head. Bring your arms out to your side. Working through a spine twist. We're going to drop the hips over to one side. So drop them over to your left. Keep them here. Look over the opposite shoulder at your hand. Deep breath in. As you exhale, sweep the hand up and over, coming into a side laying position. And fingertips to fingertips. If you have your fingertips slightly offset, then what's going to happen is you're not coming fully into a side laying position. Bring the fingertips to fingertips and you'll find yourself in a nice side laying position. Keep the hips where they are. As you exhale, open the chest, bring the hand all the way over. Shoulder blades should be resting on the floor. Chest nice and open, hips in the same position. So my knees have slightly separated. I'm going to bring the knees back together. Feel the stretch through the lower spine, slightly through the glutes as well. We're going to go for 10 of these. Nice big movement. Stretch the arms. Twist through the upper spine and the mid spine. Final one. Keep the chest open. Bring the hips back to center and switch side, looking over the opposite shoulder at the hands, and let's go for 10 more from this point. So notice my head is moving along with my arm. I'm keeping my eyes on my hands as I come over, opening the chest and closing the chest. Let's do one more. And open the chest. Bring the hips back to center and switch side. We're going to go straight into hip twists where we're just moving through the hips. Look over the opposite shoulder to where the hips are facing. Keep the shoulder blades on the floor. So now the hands and the chest stay fixed and we're just moving through the lower back and the hips. From this point, let's do 10. Just working on articulating the lower spine. Get some movement through it. Final one, let's come back to center and just remove the blocks, placing them to the side, resting our heads on the floor. So a nice neutral spine. You want to keep a slight curve just through the lower spine. It's a nice natural curve. The pelvic floor exercise we started off with helped to loosen up the lower spine, get some articulation through the lower vertebra, and you should feel a little bit more relaxed through the lower back. So from this point, heel slides. I want you to keep the pelvis neutral, and as you exhale, you're going to slide one heel out, extending the leg, No wobbling through the pelvis. Breathe in, slide the heel back in. Switching side, exhale and inhale. So from this point, we're going to do 5 on each leg. Focus on pelvic stability, core engagement through that neutral spine. Control the breath and control the movement. 1 more on each leg. And come back, feet on the floor. Roll the pelvis forwards, feel the back flatten into the spine. We're going to go for single arm floats. So keeping the hips stable through the heel slides, we're going to follow the same principle and keep the torso stable through arm floats. Extending the arm up and overhead, big stretch, nice straight arm. You'll feel your lats stretching. Inhale to return, switching side. Exhale, inhale. Nice controlled movement. You want to get your upper arm as close to your ear as possible. Let's do 3 more on each arm from this point. We've done quite a few by now. So if you're feeling tight through your lats or stiff through your shoulders, this is going to help to increase that range of motion bit by bit. So if you can't get all the way down to the ground, that's okay. If your range of movement is somewhere here or here, that's fine. Work within your range of movement. Bring both arms down by your side. We're going to bring our legs into tabletop. So I'm going to give you an option here, as this is our first week. You can either start feet flat on the ground or legs in tabletop. We want to maintain this angle, this right angle through our knees. So if you're starting from the floor, engage the core by rolling the pelvis forwards and flattening your spine along the floor. Lift left leg up at a right angle and lower down. While you're doing this, you're going to keep that core engaged. Switching side, lift and lower. Lift and lower. So I exhale on the way up, inhale as I relax or lower the thigh. If you're doing this from tabletop, then you're going to start by lowering and lifting, lowering and lifting. So from this point, let's do 10 on each leg. Remember to exhale on the way down, inhale on the way up, keeping the pelvis stable, core engaged, and synchronize the movement with your breath. So the longer your breath, the slower the movement. The shorter your breath, the quicker the movement. You'll feel your thighs start to warm up. Core is working a little bit more now, as we've got some movement happening with this core engagement. Be precise. Only limbs that are moving. The thigh through the leg, lowering the thigh down, bringing it back up. We're going to finish off with 1 more. And then return both feet to the floor. Beautiful work. Fingertips lightly behind the ears, so not behind the head, just behind the ears. Keep your neck long, and chin tucked, just like in our meditation. Lifting through the chest, the upper back comes off of the floor. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Imagine your spine is like a stack of party cups. And as you're lifting, you're curling those cups from the mid-spine through to the crown of your head. And as you're coming back down to the ground, each cup is falling back on the ground one at a time. So let's give that a try. We're going to do 10 of these. Deep breath in, exhale, lift, and lower for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift a little bit higher. 6. Mid back stays on the floor. 7. Just moving through the upper spine. 8. Keep the chin tucked, neck long. 9. Final one. And 10. Relax. Bring the arms down by your side. Extend the legs. Shake out the legs. Arms reach overhead. Keep the spine neutral. Just stretching out through the body. And come back to center. Beautiful. So, pull your feet flat on the floor. Knees bent. So our first exercise outside of our prep, which we just finished, is going to be a leg stretch. So I'm going to relax the chest this week. Pull both thighs into the chest. I want you to grab around the ankles. You want to keep the knees in line with the chest. You'll see why in a moment. So we're going to take the left hand and place it on the right knee, extending the left leg at about 45-degree angle. Pull the right knee, center, chest. Deep breath in. I want you to switch as you exhale. Keep the back flat on the floor, core engaged. Knee comes center chest, so you keep that a good alignment of the leg in the hip joint. Exhale and switch. Stretch the leg. Point the toes. And with the bent leg, pull further into the chest. Let's do 2 more on each leg. Pull both thighs in. Thighs into chest. And return feet to the floor. So that helps to stretch out the front of the thighs, but also stretch out the back of the thighs. Keeping the core engaged, spine flat on the floor, helps to engage the core through that movement. So very similar to the previous prep exercise with the double knee folds or single knee folds, where we're keeping the knee at a right angle, pulling up and down, working the core in the same fashion as extending the leg. So let's build on that single leg stretch. We're going to pull our chest up from the ground and thighs into the chest. Shoulders relaxed. Squeeze your abs, pushing your lower back into the ground. Take that left hand, place it on the right knee and extend the left leg. Pull the thigh into your chest. Deep breath as you exhale. Change. Breathe in and exhale to change. Keep the neck long and chin tucked. Control the movement. Feel the precision as you extend at a right angle and extend at a 45-degree angle and pull the knee center chest, stretching out the thigh. Last one. Pull both thighs in, keep the chest lifted. Further you can get your thighs into your chest, the more you can stretch out the lower back and roll down to relax. Deep breath in, draw your attention back to your breath, moving into our next exercise. Keeping our feet down. We're going to reach the arms past the hips, lifting the chest. Chin tucked and neck long. Palms facing down. Deep breath in. As you exhale, begin to pump the arms 5 times. And inhale 5 pumps. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. So the movement is just coming through my arm. My core is nice and tight, so there's no rocking or flexing through the upper spine. Nice, controlled, precise movements. Keep going. We're almost there. And hold. Rolling down. Extend arms overhead. Extend legs. A little bit of a stretch. And pull everything back in, feet flat on the floor, arms by your side. Just had to clear my throat. So, going into our next exercise, feet together. Bring the legs to tabletop. Let's bring the arms at a right angle to the body, so in line with the shoulders, and a goalpost position. I have limited space, hence the bend in my elbow. However, you can have the arms extended, whatever works best for you. Knees over the hips, going back into hip twist as we drop the hips to one side. We're looking over the opposite shoulder. Keep the shoulder blades down. Inhale to come back to center. Exhale to lower. Twisting the neck opposite direction. Now, if you find that you can't go as far before your shoulder blade lifts up, then that's your limited range of motion, or that's where you need to stop, should I say. So if you can only go this far before the shoulder blade wants to start lifting, hold and rotate back to the other side, or twist, should I say. So work within your range of movement. As you can feel in this tabletop position, your obliques are working a lot more. And transverse and abdominis, those deep, the deep abdominal muscles. Let's do 3 more on each side from this point. Coming back to center. Bringing both feet down to the ground. Extend one leg up to the roof. Stretch that leg out. Bring the arms down by your side. Roll the pelvis, keep the back nice and flat. Core engaged. Lower the leg down to the ground. Hover just above and pull back up. We're going to go for 10 of these front leg pull. As you pull, squeeze the thigh, stretching out the back of the thigh. squeezing the front, keeping the spine nice and long on the floor, core engaged. Three more. And last one. Bend at the knee, return foot to the floor, switch side. Re-engage the core, spine nice and long, extend through the leg. Imagine someone's pulling your leg away from you and out of your hip joint. That's the kind of stretch you should be feeling here. Three more. Two. And last one. Bend at the knee. Let's come into a side laying position. If you're on a mat, you want to be at the back edge of your mat, knees bent, and heel pulled into your butt. Feel free to use a block underneath your head. But if you haven't got a block or a cushion, then feel free to use your upper arm instead. So from this point, imagine that there's a pin traveling through the hips and through the shoulders. From one shoulder out of the other, from one hip out of the other. And both pins are pointing straight up. You're in a nice perfect side laying position. You want to keep your hips and your shoulders side facing. If you imagine a box from left shoulder to right hip, to left hip, back to that left shoulder. That is your box. You want it to be front facing and nice and open. So from here, free hand in front of your chest, fingertips down, palms up, lift through the thighs, keep the hips facing forwards and that pin facing up. Lower back down, open and lower. We're going to do 10 from this point for 9, 8, 7. If you have to check in with your hips, if that means that you have to look at it, then that's okay. Or use your hand to feel where it is. Let's do 2 more. Last one, holding open, keeping this angle through the thigh. Hip position is fixed and stable. We're extending through the knee. Extend and bend. Toes back together. Extend and bend. Let's work through 10 of these. For 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, keep the core nice and tight, 3, 2, and 1. Pull the leg back in and lower the thighs down to the ground. Coming up onto forearms. In this side bridge position, you want your spine to be nice and straight, so we're not collapsing through our obliques. Spine nice and straight, and free hand on our side. As we exhale, we're going to lift through the hips, facing forwards. You got that box that's facing forwards. Extend the arms over, big reach, and back down. As you come down, the outer thigh touches the mat, not the hip bone, and extend. Make sure the forearms are at a right angle to the body, and you're lifting through the hips, not the shoulder. Let's do 5 more. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. And last one. Coming all the way down. And we're going to go over to the other side. So, back in the side laying position. Almost forgot I needed this. Pull your heel into your bum, going back into clamshells. So 10 on this side. Remember the pin is facing straight up through the shoulder and the hips. Open the thighs and close. For 2. For 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Holding for the last one for 10. Hold, hips stable, check in with your body. Make sure the angle is nice and fixed. Extend through the knee for 1 and pull the toes back in. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Doing good. Feel it working. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Pull the toes back in and then close the thighs. Let's come back into side bridge. Forearm at a right angle to the body. Heels pulled in. Pins still pointing to the roof. Engage the core, straighten the spine. Lift and extend. And down. For 1. For 2. For 3. For 4. 5. And 6. Almost there. Keep control. For 7. Keep your chest nice and open. Shoulders roll back. For 8. 9. And last one for 10. Come all the way down. And we're going to come into a front lay-in position. Forgive me, just going to fix my mic as it's come undone. Okay. So we're on all fours. So next movement we're going to do, you may want to use the blocks to elevate your hand position. This should make it a little bit more comfortable, slightly easier. This is an option that I'm giving you. You don't have to use the blocks, but I want your hands to be beneath your shoulders and knees beneath your hips. So from this position, we're going to roll the pelvis forwards. So let me fix my vest. Just so you can see my spine position. Drop the shoulders, keep them relaxed so they're not crunched up into your neck. Drop shoulders, feel the shoulder blades move down. From here, we're going to roll the pelvis forwards. So that pelvic clock exercise we did at the start. Feel the belly button lift, core engaged. So we're alternating arm reaches here. So as we lift one arm, extending past the ear, keeping that box facing the floor nice and open, lower back down. Switching side, what we're aiming for is keeping our torso stable, core engaged, So as you lift the arm, your shoulder doesn't drop or raise up with the arm. From this point, we're going to do 6 on each side. Tuck the chin, keep the neck long. So the crown of your head is facing the end of the room. Last one. Beautiful. So let's draw back into child's pose. Forehead to the floor, relax the shoulders. So from this child's pose position, just draw your attention to your breath. Allow your shoulders, arms and wrists to relax. Shake them out if you need to, and then come back into child's pose. Breathe in, come up onto all fours, and we're shifting onto our belly. So coming down. So 2 options for our next movement. Hopefully there's not too much static on the mic. If it is, I do apologize. So 2 options. Either head down, resting on your hands, like so, or you can remain elevated through the chest, resting on the forearms. Either position is okay. We're going to roll the pelvis forwards, feel the belly button lift. So hopefully you can see that through my lower spine. Belly button's lifted. And we're going to do a leg pull from the back. So pulling through the hamstring. The main focus for this is to keep the hips down, the core engaged. Pulling through the hamstrings to the back of the thighs here and the glutes. We don't want this exercise going into the lower spine, hence keeping the belly button lifted. Nice straight leg pull. We're going to lift through the left and lower. Lift, exhale and lower. Now, the more restriction you have in your lower spine, you won't be able to lift as high. That's okay. So for me, I think I could lift a lot higher, but I want to be precise with my movements and not allow it to migrate into my lower back. Feeling this through my thighs and my glutes is perfect. That's exactly what we want. So let's give it a go. We're going to do 10 on one leg and then 10 on the other. Deep breath in as you, let's check the time. Deep breath in as you exhale, lift and lower for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the hip down. 6, 7. Shoulders relaxed. Belly button pulled up. 8, 9 and 10. Switching side. So 10 on the opposite leg now. 2, doing good. 5 more. For 6. For 7. For 8. 9 and 10. So from the same position, we're going into heel flicks. We're going to focus on one side first, and then, we're going to alternate heel flicks. So belly button pulled up, Roll the pelvis forwards, keep the core engaged. Relax the shoulders, flicking through the heel into the bum. So squeezing the hamstrings as you pull back. Double flick, keeping everything stable. Stretching out the front of the thighs and really working the back of the thighs. So actively want you to squeeze, squeeze and pull back. Squeeze, squeeze and down. 5 more on each leg from this point. Re-engage the core, check in with yourself. Make sure that pelvis is rolled forwards, belly button's lifted. Last one. And drop legs down to the ground. So, lower down onto the ground, resting your head on your hands if you're not already. Relax the shoulders. We're going into a back extension. So, because the position on my mic, I won't talk during this section. However, we're going to place your hands in a W shape right here. Forehead down on the ground. We're lifting through the chest, keeping the thighs and the hips on the ground. So our lower back is doing all the work. As you lift, exhale. And as you come down, inhale. So when you're trying to relax or coming out of the exercise, that's when you should exhale to release the air. Sorry, inhale. So let's give it a try. Lift and squeeze. Control down. We're doing 10 from this point. Control the movement. Last one. And down. Place your hands just either side of the shoulders and come into child's pose. Flex feet. Relax the shoulders for a moment. Draw your attention back to your breath. If you tuck the pelvis forwards in this motion, you're going to stretch out the lower back a little bit more through this child pose position. Deep breath in. As you exhale, lift knees off the floor, push palms and heels into the ground, and chest down. Slight bend through the knees, holding a child's pose, and come down into tabletop. Now, if this position is a bit too much for you, you can elevate the hands on the block, going into child's pose. Alternatively, you can change your position completely and do this off of your sofa, or you can do it off of a shelf or the wall. So all we're looking for as we lift and shoot back is an extension through the arms and the back, opening up the chest as you press down. The bend in the knees moves the stretch into the calf muscle as long as you're pushing the heels down into the ground. Again, work with your body, not against it. Do what you can. Deep breath in, coming back into child's pose to finish off. Draw your attention back to your breath. Inhale, come back up, and let's turn over and lay on our backs. Close your eyes, legs outstretched, arms outstretched. Make yourself comfortable with your back flat on the floor. Keep your legs wider than your hips and let your feet fall apart. Bring your arms away from your body, palms facing up. Shoulders relaxed and away from your ears. Take a few deep inhales and very long exhalations. Maybe exhale out through the mouth a couple of times. As you are laying down here, notice your breath moving in and out of your body. Let your breath follow its natural cycle. Don't try to control it or send it towards any specific part of the body. Just be aware of how natural it occurs. With each inhalation, experience a sense of expansion, openness in the body. And with each exhalation, a feeling of relaxation and peacefulness. Every time you exhale, let go of any tension in the muscles. Every time you exhale, see if you can let go of the weight in your arms, legs, head, the whole body. Allowing yourself to fully trust the surface you are laying on. You are in a safe place. Laying here, you cannot fall. Nothing bad can happen. It's time to completely let go of any tension left in your body. Every time you exhale, allow yourself to melt a little bit further down into the earth and letting go completely. As you are laying here breathing, noticing the aliveness in your body, the blood flowing into your veins, your heart beating, your breath slow, long, and calm. Scan your body and maybe notice any sensations of warmth or tingling in different areas of your body. Maybe in your hands or your feet. Allowing things to just be as they are. Find a sense of coming home to your body, a sense of everything being connected. Allowing your body to be just as it is, and allowing yourself to be just as you are. You are whole and complete, perfect, breathing, alive. Noticing your breath as it comes in and goes out of your body. Knowing you are breathing. Allowing yourself to be embraced by your own breath. Staying in this state for a few minutes. Allowing the body to feel the full effects and the benefits of the meditation. Very gently, before opening your eyes and starting to move, come back into this room, to your breathing, noticing the breath as it moves in and out through both nostrils, noticing how you are feeling now compared to the beginning of the practice. Maybe noticing a positive change in your body as a result of your practice. Notice a sense of calmness and stillness within, knowing that this sense of calmness and stillness is your normal state, always available to you, whatever is happening around you. You can come back every time you want to by bringing your awareness back to your breathing. Slowly, start bringing movement to your body. Make any movement your body needs to wake up. Roll into your favorite side and pillow your head with your arms, allowing prana energy to flow through your body again. Gently press your hands on the mat and come up, seated with your eyes still closed. Open your eyes, come back into the room. Beautiful work, well done. Thank you very much for joining in this week. I hope to see you in person next class, but if not, I'll join you right here again on the mat for another workout. Until the next time, have a wonderful evening, wonderful day, and we'll see you soon.